Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, fast and flat butt joints for beginners, I'm going to show you my technique how to get your butt joints looking perfect every time. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of me doing the second coat of the butt joints. So let's get into this. I'll be using a fiberglass matte drywall tape called FibaFuse, which is super strong and also resists cracking. And I'll be using a 45-minute fast setting joint compound that I mix with my paint mixer. All right, so I showed you how to do the flats in the last video. I'm going to do this smaller butt joint first. Just basically getting up a bed of the 45-minute joint compound, about 1/8 of an inch thick, and then I'm going to lay down the FibaFuse. I love this stuff. It lays super flat, perfect for butt joints. So you just want to kind of pull it and squeeze most of the mud out underneath it, and then just tear it with your knife. Super simple. Just keep it tight. Don't put a big swath of mud. I'm going to put a little bit of mud over the top of that tape and then just pretty much wipe it all off. That way the tape is completely saturated with the joint compound. Now I'm just smoothing it out, making sure the tape is nice and flat. Get a couple of those areas. You don't want any lines or anything. If you do have a couple lines, you can drop back after it dries and just scrape them off. I'm not going to do any sanding on this ceiling because I'm doing a skip trowel texture. Now, several of these butt joints are a little tricky because I've got the track from the garage door and some wires. So if you think your butt joints are bad, try and maneuver around all this equipment on the ceiling. Again, I'm laying out just probably about a 4-inch width of the setting joint compound, and then I'm just going to apply the FibaFuse. This is a little more tricky to get it over all this stuff. Just got to work with what you got, and it is what it is. So I just keep moving. Get the tape nice and flat. Tear it with your knife. Not a problem. This is a 6-inch stainless steel drywall taping knife. And as always, I'll have more information about all the tools and products that I'm using down in the description. So I'm just making sure there's no high edges on the sides. Just going to give it a couple wipes. Just feathering it out into the tapered joints. I'm going to be doing another coat of the setting compound on the tapered joints after these butt joints dry. The key is just not to leave any ridges or high spots. Head over to the next butt joint. Again, I'm just laying about a 4 to 5 inch patch of mud across the joint, which I can pre-fill the joint as well. There aren't any gaps. The framing is a little bit funky on these because it's going directly to the floor joists above. So I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch of the setting compound to lay the tape in. Kind of building it up a little bit. Then I just smooth it out and get a nice bed for the FibaFuse. So basically you just want to push it in there, and then once you start wiping the butt joint and the FibaFuse, it's going to stick right in that mud. Now I'm just going to squeeze out the mud from underneath and also go over the top of the tape so everything is covered in the setting joint compound. Knocking those edges down. You can see it goes pretty fast. It's all about moving fast and not making a mess, and you can make some money at this. And if you're a homeowner doing this, the less mess you make, the better off you are. So take your time. All right, I'm going to do this next coat with my 12-inch stainless steel taping knife over the same butt joint. What I'm doing is putting the mud, concentrating on one side of the tape and then the other, and also doing the same on my taping knife. Controlling the mud and placing it where you need it is key. Now when I go over it, I'm going to apply the pressure to the outside of the tape joint, just kind of letting the knife float over where the tape is. Watch out for that wire. Then I just smooth it out one more time on that side. Do the same on this side, applying pressure to the left side and floating over the tape joint with the right side of the knife. And if you're new to the channel, my name's Paul, and I've been a drywall and painting contractor for over 20 years. If you're looking to step up your drywall, texturing, or painting game, be sure to hit that subscribe button in the center of the screen now to keep up with all my latest videos. Look me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks so much for watching.